Let's call on our starting lineup from our Richmarc Sports 3B Elite Spikers. Let's begin with jersey number 3, Gideon James Guadalupe. At number 9, Miliver Parcon. Wearing jersey number 15, Kurt Rosete. At number 17, Colonel Ipulang. Number 21, RG Dacles. Number 13, Bonjamar Castel. Starting libero is their team captain, number 2, Carlo Almario. Head coach, Mr. RJ Francisco. Calling on our Philippine Air Force Airmen. Jersey number 5, Paul Gringo Salvador. At number 6, Airman Ronchet Lee Villegas. Wearing jersey number 8, Luis Emmanuel Lumanlan. At number 9, Herald Domingo. Number 12 is Brian James Haleco. And number 17, Ahmad Fajani Abdul. Starting libero is number 16, Marco Eli Maclang. Head coach is Sergeant Jeffrey Malabanan.
We have Richmarc Sports taking on Philippine Air Force, and it's Ipulan, Castel, Dacles, Rosete, Guadalupe, Parcon, and Almario beginning for Richmarc Sports 3B. In this game, they are wearing purple with complementary white. This team again is based from Marikina. Now they're going to take on Philippine Air Force with Abdul Lumanlan, Haleco Salvador, Domingo Villegas, and Maclang wearing gray for today with complementary blue and yellow. This is the first game of our 2024 Spikers Turf Open Conference on Pilipinas Live. We are glad to have you with us. This is Mixed Comments at your service with Julius Yosioson and Diana Perlas. And by the way, get 7-day premium access to NBA, PBA, UAAP, PBL, and other leagues and exclusive shows when you download Pilipinas Live app. Register now for free. With a lot of sports happening continuously, we invite you to witness everything. That is the greatness of Philippine sports. As Air Force commits an error that's low for Abdul.
Abdul as a lefty. Very interesting din itong lineup nitong Air Force. It's because it's a combination of FEU and NU so far, no?
And also a combination of youngsters and veterans. Speaking of veterans, there's Ponch Castel. So a lot of people are familiar with him because he's from Perpetual, a champion himself. Service in, Villegas back sets. That hit doesn't work. Richmarc recovers. They send it to the back. Bit of a scramble for Air Force. There's the approach. Castel keeping it alive. Oh, what a rally. How about the energy for these two teams? We shall continue. Another back set. And the block for Richmarc.
What a good rally to start the set. But no coverage there on the side of NU.
What does this tell you, Yos? This level of body language, this level of hype for these two teams.
Possibly the excitement, no, na talagang nagbabalik yung ibang players dito na medyo matagal-tagal natin nakitang nagpahinga.
Haleco himself, even though he's a youngster, he actually wasn't getting as many minutes when he was playing for National University. So for Brian, let's see if he can actually showcase his ultimate prowess in the Spikers turf. And speaking of prowess, it's an attack from the middle for James Guadalupe.
Guadalupe with a taas din ng talon, no? Talagang sa men's makikita natin daming matataas tumalon.
A nice start for RMS, 3-1. And it's Colonel Ipulan serving. Strong to the back. Open hit, Paul Salvador down the line.
And also, Paul Salvador, kitang-kita natin, no? Kahit hindi siya ganun katangkad. But the read of blockers, kitang-kita niya yung butas doon ng zone 1. Iba din talaga kasi pagka yung players galing sa beach volleyball.
Yes. buhangin ang kalaban mo
That's
sa
right.
iyong elevation. And speaking of elevation, that's a nice combination play that allowed Curl Rosete to score.
And what a combination play there.
Curl was part of Navy, right?
That's right.
He spent some time in Baguio when he was younger. Strong serve, straight to the line for Curl.
What a serve there by Rosete. Mukha kasing nag-flat ball yung jump serve niya doon. Medyo wala kang spin, kaya akala nitong Air Force ay pa-out na ang bola.
Have you covered him before, si Curl?
I believe nung Spiker Surf din.
Spiker serve din. I heard a lot of great things about that guy. Back set, lefty hit, and there's a save. Wow, ball to the sky that hits the ceiling. So that's outside, a point for Philippine Air Force.
What a chase there by Rosete. Talagang kada puntos, di basta-basta papabayaan itong both teams.
So that's 3 points now in this game for Philippine Air Force. We have Ajay Abdul getting ready to serve. Awesome live sports viewing is guaranteed with Signal yesterday, today, and tomorrow, as we just saw a service error. Switch now and get up to 3 months with no cash out. Visit www.signal.tv/switch for more details. 6 serving 3 now. Guadalupe with an ace.
Salvador there with an error on the reception. Yun naman yung medyo mahirap i-adjust pag galing kang beach volleyball based on my experience. Talaga yung reception, iba din talaga Yung control ng bola,
Right.
pagka dinidig mo, iba.
So you're receiving stronger serves in the indoor.
Yes, that's right. Kasi sa outdoor, medyo mas magaan ng konti. And also, yung feel ng hangin, iba.
Alright. So ang hirap pag float serve ang tinatanggap mo sa beach.
That's right.
4 serving 7. Here's Paul Salvador. Sharp serve. Carlo Almario with the receive. Castel couldn't reach for it. Nice save. Carlo clears out and gives up a chance ball. Air Force chooses the open. Haleko with a cross.
Haleko with the cross-court kill. Talagang ang play nitong Air Force so far, no? Talagang buka-buka doon sa open kasi nga kitang-kita nila medyo maliit yung blockers nitong Richmarc Sports.
And might I say, compared to what we saw in the Champions League, this is a faster Air Force squad. Obviously much younger with their lineup, as now Richmarc gets some retribution from the open. And we have the first technical timeout. The score is 8-5.
Welcome back to the 2024 Spikers Turf Open Conference. Now, of course, our four-time Spikers Turf champions, the Philippine Air Force Airmen, have their hopes high this conference, most especially with their young star lineup. But sadly, two key players, Ranan Abdilia and Edwin Tolentino, who were both part of the 2018 championship stint, will not be seeing action as currently they are locked in at Santa Rosa for their national team beach volleyball training. Head coach Jess Lopez mentioned that the two also haven't been able to train with the team, pero kayang-kaya pa rin nila kaya pa rin ng team nito. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Diana. Well, of course, anytime you lose, Ranan Abdilia, who scored 47 points once upon a time in the Spikers Turf, you're going to feel that. But Ayana did say that this is a young team with a new identity, and it seems like they have much to offer in our open conference. As we heard the buzzer, there seemed to have been a violation. Was it the wrong server?
Looks like a rotation error on the side of RMS.
They're clearing things up, just to be sure. So that will allow Philippine Air Force to have a bonus point. And there you see Coach Jeff Malabanan. Again, he's working alongside Coach Jesse Lopez, alternating as head coaches for Philippine Air Force. That in itself should be a luxury for the Airmen. 7 serving 9. Oh, Bonch Castel. An attack from the middle.
Castel. Talagang kilala din to si Castel with his middle hits and also his running hits. Talagang aabangan natin yan on this game. And what a set there.
Here's Bonch serving that ball. Straight to Maclang. Oh, that doesn't go through anymore for Richmarc. It is a point for Air Force again.
But still, no, talagang props sa defense pa rin itong RMS. Hindi basta-basta lumalapag. Yung mga atake dito ng Air Force. But good placement there.
Brian Haleco just off of scoring with a serve. Drop ball, met well at the net. Rosete sends it through, and off speed. Nice tie by Maclang. Back row hit for Haleco. Good rally again, and there's a tip. Quick one for Guadalupe.
And another quick hit for RMS. And what I like about the setter nitong RMS, na talagang pag may chance silang maka-atake sa gitna, talagang binibigyan ng bola itong middle hitter sila.
Well, that's going to make the lives of the wing spikers a lot easier for RG Dakles, the setter for Richmarc. Don't be confused, by the way, with the jersey number of RG. He's listed with the number 28. Service inside, Ipulan with the receive. Open hit. 3 blockers were there for Air Force. Now Carlo asked for a teammate, and we did hear him yell before he was going for the coverage. Unfortunately, it is a point for Philippine Air Force.
That's too soft for Rosete. Kinaliwa at medyo napahina masyado pagtulak niya doon ng bola.
Again, get 7-day premium access to NBA, PBA, UAP, PVL, Spikers Turf, and other leagues, and exclusive shows when you download Pilipinas Live. Register now for free. Bawi agad ng Richmarc with a point of their own.
So far, no, yung mga middle attacks nitong Richmarc, kahit yung combination play on the middle, yun yung gumagana on their part. And for Air Force naman, no, yung talagang kailangan lang bantayan. Although triple block, medyo naabante doon yung kanilang depensa.
Rosete has been impressing a lot of people so far. There he is with a dig. Back to the open. Cross court. Eli Maclang keeping it alive. Oh, that was tight. Could have been an easy ball. And now it goes out in favor of RMS.
Good coverage there for RMS. For Air Force naman, no, talagang medyo nagkakagulo sila on that sequence.
So, 3B still with the advantage here. 13 serving 10 in set number 1. Here's Curl Rosete. Service out. That's long.
Medyo napailalim doon si Rosete.
On the other end, it's Ajay Abdul who's getting ready to serve. Born 2000. Bata-bata pa, of course.
That's right.
And we did see a shot of Coach Jesse Lopez as Guadalupe hits. Didn't score. Haleko from the back. It's long. We have a challenge. It seems like we do. The first challenge in this match. Block touch. It's the most common challenge in volleyball, wherever we may be. And Coach Jeff did look very convinced.
That's right, no? Kasi minsan sa bilis ng mga palo, kahit daliri, minsan kahit yung blockers, hindi nila nararamdaman na tumama pala.
What's your position back in the day?
Outside.
Outside
hitter.
But of course, you had your share of blocking as well.
Actually, isa sa mga may hirap na trabaho, yung block talaga, lalo for the middle blockers. Nakakapagod.
Block touch, yes or no? It's very close. The answer is no, which means the challenge is unsuccessful. Haleko still arguing for a kinky touch. And there's Coach Jeff. Is he convinced or not? Either way, we have to proceed. So it's now 14 serving 11. James Guadalupe, the middle blocker, born 1999, quite young as well. Getting ready to serve. Awesome live sports viewing is guaranteed at Signal yesterday, today, and tomorrow as we get to see another service error. Switch now and get up to 3 months with no cash out. Visit www.signal.tv/switch for more details. 12-14, Philippine Air Force keeping it tight. Now we have Paul Salvador. Jump serve. Straight to Rosete. And there's the running hit by Castel. Met at the net. Whistle blown. It's a lifting violation against Douglas.
That's right. Mukhang talagang tumagal sa kamay itong si Douglas. Yung reception na yun.
Now, Air Force has a chance to tie. Back row. Good defense by Salvador. Haleko almost scored. Rosete pushes. Chance ball, Philippine Air Force. Villegas opens up. Cross court. Almario keeping it alive. Good rally. Ronchet looks and sets again. And there's a hole in the middle.
And once again, Haleko targeting that side of RMS. Pinapadaan niya talaga doon, no? All the time so far. So mas maliit na blocker nitong RMS.
That's 4 points now in this game for Brian Haleko. And ultimately, we have a deadlock. And it's broken with a service error.
Yun yung mga dapat din talaga iwasan nitong Air Force dahil ayun nga, no? Naka-tie na sila. And also a chance for them to take the lead. But unfortunately, error again.
Service now for RMS. Attack from the middle. That's Gerald Domingo, the former FEU Tamarao. Back row hit. That was quite low for Rosete. So referee will award it to Philippine Air Force, but we have a challenge on the other end for Coach RJ Francisco. Block touch as well.
Yun yung isa sa mga mahirap mabasa din kasi minsan pag tumatama sa net and then tatama sa kamay ng blockers, minsan hindi tinatawagan ng check ball.
Yeah. One of my prior analysts told me that the ruling before was kapag hindi umangat sa net, kahit nahawakan pa yan ng blocker, 4 touches na yun.
That's right.
Nahawakan. There's a block touch. That's by Gerald Domingo. Caught his right arm. The challenge is successful. I love that graphic. Specific to the team. Shout out to our production team. And now we have our second technical timeout. RMS leads 16-14. One-on-one, heart-to-heart conversations with Mark Pingris, the Pinoy Sakuragi and Gilas legends, tackling their life stories on and off the court. Puso to Puso exclusive on Pilipinas Live app. Download and register now for free. I'm sure a lot of you people caught that snippet with him and Darwin Santos already. Should be a nice show to watch out for. But now we have the Spikers Turf Open Conference in 2024. The first game that we have in our campaign, it's Richmarc Sports. The 3B Elite Spikers taking on Philippine Air Force.
I like that, Pinoy Sakuragi.
Yeah, that really is his nickname. Air Force will choose Haleko again. Ooh, that's the best of digs. That sails outside immediately for Parcon.
And a wasted opportunity there for Richmarc. A chance ball na sana. But, yun nga, na-misreceive.
16 all. Check that, it's 16-15. Douglas chases to the open. Ball deflected. Domingo keeps it up. Air Force recovers. Back row hit. That goes through, and it's a point for Ajay Abdul.
And another miscommunication on the side of Richmarc. Medyo bumagal na sana yung bola doon dahil sumabit sa net. But nagkatinginan doon ang depensa nitong Richmarc.
And because of that, Coach RJ now calls for time. We have a deadlock.
Dali mo block yun eh. Dalawa lang spiker. Magbahaba ka na. Tapos, dalawa choice mo. Sina antena or pwede kang mag-dos na bitin. Tapos, hindi. Masyadong ano yun. Masyadong risky yun.
Habang muna ako.
Tapos meron ka, Carl, meron ka sa gitna. Mahaba. Tapos, shoot.
Basahan muna natin. Basahan muna natin.
Yos, I have good news for you. Mapapanood na rin ang pinakabagong free-to-air channel na talaga namang para sa Pinoy, ang RPTV. Tutok na sa Analog TV Channel 9, DTT Channel 19 at 18.3 sa higit 300 cable at satellite providers nationwide at sa Signal Play. 16 all in set number 1. Douglas opens up. Oh, that was a strong hit. Apparently there was a touch there, so it's a check ball.
Check ball on the hands of Lumanlan. Luis, I believe, is also from NU.
I did mention this is a combination of NU and FEU. We're talking about Philippine Air Force, by the way. Richmarc serves. Back set, D-ball again. Wow, that's really good for Ajay Abdul.
Abdul there with a strong hit.
3 points now for Ajay.
And also what a set there by Villegas.
After all, he is a veteran setter already in the Spikers turf. Talking about Ronchet Villegas. And it's always good to have a lefty attacking from the right pin. Now that's from the right pin. A right-handed player, Rosete, was able to get a point. Here's the replay. in between the blockers and straight to the ground. Bonch serves, misreceive for Brian Haleco. And again, it's the lefty for Air Force who couldn't convert. Counter. Deflection. Back set. Haleco again. Denied. Good coverage by Air Force. But that's low on the push by Brian.
What a block there by Richmarc. At kaya naman, timeout na sila dito.
Dalawa ulit. Gigi lang. Labang silang dalawa. Medyo nagra-rattle tayo. Naiiba yung... Nawalan tayo ng pasa. Wala lang muna natin makapasa. Nasa strong rotation sila. Mag-create ka ng space para mapatake mo si Ajay o kaya ito. Pero kung maganda yung receive, pagalawin mo yung quicker mo kung gusto mong patakin yung quicker mo. So strong rotation sila. Kailangan maikot agad natin. Kailangan natin.
Strong rotation. Kailangan maikot agad. Very clear instructions for Philippine Air Force. Bonch Castel getting ready to serve. Haleco straight to the back. And that's just outside. A point for Richmarc.
Low check for Philippine Air Force. And yun nga, remind kanina ni Coach Jesse Lopez, talagang kailangan lang mapaikot agad nila itong rotation dito ng Richmarc.
Now it's from the open side. Abdul sending that ball wide. So now the lead is ballooning for RMS.
And again, the errors of Philippine Air Force talagang hindi nakakatulong sa kanila, lalo na lumalapit na tayo matapos on the set.
21-17, a misreceive. Abdul again, and he finally gets some retribution. A badly needed point by Philippine Air Force.
And finally, a good adjustment there by Abdul. So far, no, talagang medyo nahihirapan sa reception itong Philippine Air Force.
Sharp serve. Nice receive by Carlo Almario. They were able to activate the middle, but they couldn't score. The counter. Lefty push. Good chance on the other end. Recalculation. Maklang puts it up. Villegas back sets. And Abdul gets another point.
Good decision there by Ronchet Villegas. Finding Abdul on that sequence. Kaya naman nakadikit na sila dito.
That's 5 points as well for Abdul in this game. Combination, that was tough. Very low for Bonj. Check that, it was Curl Rosete who attempted to score to no avail. They have a timeout. The lead is down to 1.
Sino ito? Sino to? Ikaw?
Sakay.
Ito? Sino to?
Si Ipulan.
Okay na sa gitna.
Pre,
Tama.
kahit harap ko lang. Tapos back tres.
Kuya, patasan
Back
ako
tres.
ng konti.
Ha? Ano yan? So gano'n lang, pasa. Sino rin receive? Dalawa lang? Jump serve?
Oo, jump serve.
O sige, tapalan natin. Ha?
Patasan na
Pre, may isang, meron lang. Ito, back tres.
21-20. RMS's lead in danger here. Momentum has shifted onto the side of the Airmen. But can they actually give us another deadlock? Tumatable ang Philippine Air Force pero hindi sila lumalamang.
That's right. No? That's because of their errors sa service area.
That's Brian Haleco. 5 attack points to his name. Nice receive by Carlo. And there you go. A great response off of the timeout as Colonel Ipulan just scored.
That's right. Ulan with a cross-court hit. Tumama sa kamay ng blockers and no coverage there for Philippine Air Force.
Now we have a substitution. The service specialist would be James Balisi for Richmarc Sports. (22 serving 20). A crucial serve on his first appearance. Maclang puts it up. There's the backside onto the opposite, and that sailed long. Will there be a challenge? Looks like there will. Coach Jesse was the one who immediately pressed the button for the buzzer. And do we have a fair play card? There you go. The first fair play card in this tournament, which again is one of the newest rules that we have in Philippine volleyball, but we are very happy to have it. It encourages good sportsmanship, and it allows you to have the opportunity to celebrate with your team after the conference if you win the cash prize. Good for Richmarc though to get some retribution after a quick hit.
And again, no, yung mga middle hits nitong Richmarc, talagang hindi pa nagagawa ng paraan ng Air Force, kaya naman nakakadami sila ng puntos on that side.
Double sub, De Guzman checking in alongside Ralph Imperial, the second of the Imperial brothers from University of the East. Ralph recently graduated from UE last year as one of its main leaders. 23 serving 21, full front row for RMS. Eli receives. Oh, what a dig on the other end off of the hit by Salvador. Nice block by Philippine Air Force.
And what a time for that block. Mukhang mapapaganda yung pagkaka-block doon itong Air Force. Might be their way para ma-change ang momentum on this end game.
They have another chance to tie. Mario receives. Back set by Imperial. Push by Parcon. Good coverage there by Balisi. Another push. Domingo very active at the net. Unfortunately, that ball sails wide for Philippine Air Force.
A wasted opportunity there on the side of Air Force.
Now they will have to call for time, wishing for a cold streak on the next server for Richmarc.
Okay naman yung takbo ng game. At least may communication na kayo. Kaso kailangan talaga, pag may nagsalita, kunin nyo na. Kasi ganun yung mangyayari. Sayang mamadali. Diba? Huwag kayong mag-rattle. Basta every time na lilipat sa atin yung bola na easy ball, kailangan dandahan nilang natin. Adjust pa tayo. Adjust pa sa ginagawa. Nakaka-block na tayo. So ngayon, kailangan natin na atakihin. Kaya pa rin dito. Pag maayos ang receive, alam mo na kung anong gagawin mo.
We did say they will be alternating for Philippine Air Force. Coach Jesse Lopez, basically the head coach in that previous huddle, bringing in his experience from National U and Choco Mucho to Philippine Air Force as well. 2 set points for RMS. And they have James Guadalupe, their very quick middle blocker, serving. Received by Maclang. Villegas opens up. Salvador is rejected. Coverage is there, but the chase is late. And set number 1 belongs to Richmarc Sports.
What a block there by Richmarc, and also yung adjustment pa rin ng Air Force doon. Medyo nawala at yung communication ay hinahanap pa rin ni Coach Jesse. And the coverage, no coverage there for Air Force.
That was quite an entertaining first set for this conference. 25-22. We'll be back for set number 2. We're back inside the Rizal Memorial Coliseum for RMS versus Philippine Air Force, the first game in your 2024 Spikers Turf Open Conference on Pilipinas Live. It was a tight set, number one. Yos, how would you explain the back and forth between our two teams?
That's right. Na talagang so far for RMS, ang gumagana sa kanila yung middle attacks nila and also yung combination plays on that middle hits and also yung mga depensa nila talagang so far gumagana kahit minsan medyo nawawala sila sa pagkakatinginan ng bola, pagka-chance ball. Ayun naman din yung nagiging problem on the side of Air Force, yung communication nila na yun nga, no, na-remind sila ni Coach Jesse earlier. And also, pagka-chance ball, nararattle. Kasi dito talaga sa volleyball, once na may chance ka makuha yung bola, dapat kuha agad para less error. Yan, no, kita natin sa attacks. 14 attack points for Richmarc and 12 for Philippine Air Force. And yun nga, no, yung blocks talaga na gumana on that latter part on ng first set. And also 1 block point for Air Force. And also those 2 service aces na nakatulong din dito for Richmarc on that first set. And yun nga, although mas madaming errors dito ang Richmarc, yung mga errors na nangyari sa Air Force on that very important points on that set, talagang yun yung medyo hindi nakatulong sa kanila.
What's your personal quota in terms of errors per set?
My God, minsan talaga, no? More than pag nag 2 digits, medyo masakit na talaga yun. Yes,
mabait
that's
ka pa,
right.
mabait ka pa. There are some analysts who would say 5 errors will be their quota.
Wow. Should be almost perfect volleyball
Right.
talaga. If you
But that is the goal.
That's right, that's the goal.
So, we are about to begin set number 2 in our open conference. Again, do not be surprised that we have a new venue for the Spikers Turf, and we shall continue going around Metro Manila. We do have some fans, and I think these are FEU students. I'm seeing a Go Herald sign. That's Herald Domingo for Philippine Air Force. And I actually saw him in the UAP. He's still a student manager, which means he still is a student for Far Eastern University. So these must be his classmates. There's Herald Domingo. Last year, actually, he made his impact for the Tamaraws, having his teammate now with Signal HD. It's Buboy Calado. So Herald will be watching his teammates as we begin set number 2. The other venues, as I was talking about, Phil Oil Eco Oil Center, Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City. Yan po ikutan natin. We might be going back to the Paco Arena as well, so just watch out for further announcements. And this is a nice way, Yos, to begin the Spikers Turf. 2 teams who might not be very familiar in terms of personnel to our viewers out there. Later, we have 2 teams na kilala na eh, Signal HD and PGJC Navy.
That's right, very familiar teams, but yun nga, no, for this young team, as I can say, na young in terms of bago sila dito sa liga na to.
By the way, that in itself is a nice combination for today. A couple of new faces and familiar faces as well in day number 1. That attack, by the way, sailed long and wide for Abdul.
And also, no, good way for them to start the league, winning the first set.
Right? Abdul tried to go for retribution, could not do so. Set up for Castel. That's a good save by RMS. Can Air Force capitalize? Abdul again! A monster kill.
Nice set there by Ronchat Villegas. Reading the blockers, talagang naiwan. Mag-isa doon ng blockers nitong RMS. And medyo out of balance pa nga doon.
So it's 1-1 here in set 2. Brian Haleco getting ready to serve. The former Bulldog sends that ball straight to the net.
And another service error on the side of Philippine Air Force.
RG Dacles, the setter for Richmarc, will send that ball in. Maclang receives. Villegas back sets. Abdul, nice approach, but a better block by Ipulan.
And again, what a block there by Pulan. Kitang-kita niya, no? Basang-basa niya na. Yung kaliweteng spiker dito ng Air Force.
Single coverage,
That's
no
right.
problem.
The block reach as well of
Ooh! That was really high and long for RG Dakles. It sometimes happens in volleyball when you would be underneath the ball as you hit it. There's a setup onto the opposite, and that's wide for Richmarc. So now it's 3-all. Here's Luis Lumanlan. That's in. Received by Parcon. Pushed by Bonj. Abdul to counter. Using his right hand. Very creative.
what an adjustment there by Abdul. Kasi medyo dikit na talaga yung pagkakaset doon ni Ronchet Villegas. At nagawa naman niya ito ng paraan with the two blockers.
That's a nice matchup at the right pin, by the way, with Abdul attacking and then Ipulan trying to guard him. Very athletic players from the wings. And it's a service ace now against Carlo Almario.
Medyo nahirapan doon umilag si Carlo Almario. Medyo pa-out na doon yung bola.
Oh, hit him straight to his heart. We have a timeout. 5-3.
Inano ko lang yung server. Float lang naman eh. Ha? Float lang naman eh. Sino nasa harapan? Tatlo? Tatlo? Asan ka, Carl? Carl, asan ka? Saan ka pwesto? Pwede ka magbitos back tres. Sige, sige. Ha?
Pakita ka muna dito para hindi masyado malaking ano.
Magpakita ka muna.
nagpo-float
Magpakita ka. Ano ba yung back tres?
Masyado lang bug.
Ha?
Basta
Magpakita
ka
ka muna.
kumuwagat maaari. Pakita ka lang.
Ha? Go, 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 go.
Bawi tayo. RMS!
All out, all heart, all Filipino. Catch the 2024 PVL All Filipino Conference every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday on One Sports, One Sports Plus, RPTV, and Pilipinas Live. PVL, the heart of volleyball. And now, we are where power meets passion. The Spikers turf returning as Almario could not get to that ball anymore. Kung walang harang dun, pwede pa sana.
Possible pa yun, but a good target there by Lumanlan. Targeting once again, Carlo Almario.
He tried to reach it. Mahirap. Alam naman tumalong pa siya. Oh, it's an ace with the help of the net. What a sequence for Philippine Air Force.
3 straight points for Lumanlan Luis with the help of the net.
It can be quite frustrating. Every time you can't even get the ball up. Let's see if Richmarc can recover here. A better receive. Now they send it to Bonj. A chance to counter. Villegas choosing Paul Salvador. Ball up. Cross court. Still no point. Villegas back row push. The rally continues. Onto the left. Nice block. There's the duel between the two athletic wingers. And it's won by Colonel Ipulan.
And now it's Ipulan's time naman to use the hand of the blockers of Philippine Air Force. And finally a good side out for them.
7-4. Domingo met at the net. Back set. Rosete tried to go off speed. That still went through. Salvador. Great recovery by Philippine Air Force.
And finally,
That will send us to the first technical timeout. The score is 8-4. Arena Plus, Astig sa Sports. We are continuing your coverage for the Spikers Turf Open Conference. And now, we'll take this time to listen in to Ayana Perlas.
Migs and Yos, in our first set, the RMS 3B Elite Spikers are playing as if they don't only train twice a week. Yes, Migs and Yos, only twice a week for this team. But head coach RJ Francisco talked about how the team focuses on individual home workouts to stay conditioned and, of course, daily weight checks as well. But really, what is giving them justice in this game is the chemistry of the team. They have the Eugenio brothers, and, of course, as a club, they've been playing together for quite a while now. So training twice a week is not a problem for RMS. Back to you guys.
That's usually the sacrifice when you have players who have other jobs during the week. But let me get back to you, Yos. When you heard twice a week from Ayana, you had some reaction here at the sideline. Can you share to us your thoughts?
Of course, no, ang medyo magiging factor talaga doon is yung gelling ng team. Pati nga, no, sabi din ni Ayana, since itong mga players na to medyo matagal na din magkakasama, yung iba sa kanila. And also, talaga yung maturity when it comes to playing volleyball. Ano na lang yun plus na lang talaga yung pagiging yung gelling nila. Ang magiging challenge din talaga is yung self-conditioning.
Right. That's a part of maturity. As that ball went straight to the libero of Philippine Air Force. A nice hit by Curl Rosete, who now apologizes.
What a spike there by Rosete.
Straight to Jesus Bana. Wow. That's quite rare.
That's right. Medyo naipit yung bola in between his shoulders.
A chase. No more completion for Philippine Air Force. Richmarc looking for a comeback here. How about this man, Curl Rosete?
That's right. Talagang so far. Mga strong hits itong si Rosete. Even the jump serves ay gumagana for RMS.
Nice to see by Salvador, and it leads onto a hit for Brian Haleco.
And once again, Haleco targeting the smaller blocker of Richmarc.
It's 10 serving 7. Harold Domingo, yes, now we are confirming that it's his fans who are screaming from the sideline. Oh, that's a net touch by Parcon. He knew it.
And again, medyo nagkakaroon ng problema dito ang Richmarc sa reception na yon.
Yeah, no more save for Milo there. An easy call for our referees. Domingo serves it in. Received by Parcon, who will get it back for retribution. There you go.
Finally, Parcon pinabawi agad dito ni Dakles at dumaan. Ito naman sa in between the blockers of Philippine Air Force.
Isn't that quite a challenging angle already?
That's right, no? Kasi medyo tight na din yung pagkakaset doon, but sa bilis ng palo nung nitong si Parcon, nagawa niya yun ng paraan.
Chance ball for Philippine Air Force. Villegas opens up. And was it in or out? Referee Joy says it's a point for Richmarc outside. And so we have a challenge. But it's a block touch challenge. And there you see JR Labrador. By the way, back in his time, ano rin yan, alamat.
That's right.
UAAP. He's not actually that old, but he's been bothered by a left knee injury. So we're hoping to witness his talent soon here in the Spikers turf once again. So is there a touch? Wala. Unsuccessful.
Medyo malayo yung kamay doon ni Dakles.
9-11 in set number 2. We have James Guadalupe. Ooh! Medyo nanlamig off of that challenge.
And Richmarc naman, no, sila yung nagkakaproblema dito na dumikit sa Philippine Air Force. Kasi nung first set, yung Philippine Air Force yung
Baliktad
naghahabol.
Oo.
But so far, on this second set, ito namang Richmarc ang hindi makadikit. Masyado. But what a good side out there by Castel with that running hit.
It seems like they're still trying to perfect that connection.
That's right. Kasi ayun yung mga medyo mahirap talagang ma-perfect. Lalo na yung connection ng middle blockers. Kasi nga yung timing should be perfect.
Oh, good block. Good timing right there by Ipulan. One more attempt to block. That sails outside for Brian.
Too much angle there by Haleko. Yung iwas na iwas sa blocker. Kaya naman medyo napalabas na yung palo niya doon.
It's now 11, serving 12. A chance for a deadlock. Inside, Villegas to the open. And that goes down. Another point for Ajay Abdul.
And once again, no, for Philippine Air Force, talagang may-utilize nila yung atake nila on that side. Talagang pinapadaanan ng palo. Itong si Dakles.
Nice receive. There you go. It's a tic-tac-toe. 1, 2, 3 basic for Richmarc Sports.
And a good side out there naman on the side of Richmarc. Talagang hindi nila nahayaan makalayo ng malaki. Itong Philippine Air Force with that quick hit by Castel.
Now there is another chance to tie. RG Dakles with a full front row. Can he capitalize on this rotation? Quick hit on the other end. Read well by Dakles. Good chance for Air Force. They send it to Paul. Got the deflection. Ball up to the sky. Carlo keeping it alive. A chance ball on the other end. Maclang. Villegas to the quick. And that goes down for Philippine Air Force.
And finally, a clean hit for Luis Lumanlan, who is also from the National University.
So this is a good thing that these types of players who didn't get as many playing time or as much playing time in the UAAP are getting this exposure. Marami din tayong kilalang ganun sa ganitong level na nagpakitang gilas on the national stage. Oh, that's wide.
And a wasted opportunity there for Philippine Air Force. And what a dig by Villegas. Kaya nga lang talagang medyo na-excite yata sa second ball. Itong Air Force.
13 serving 14. Castel sends it in. Salvador received. And there's Abdul. He was under the ball. And now we're tied.
Medyo nanggigil doon. Itong si Abdul.
A chance now to get the lead for RMS. Abdul for retribution. Gandang pambawi.
There, no? Talagang kitang-kita yung butas ng blockers dito ng RMS. Medyo nag-hesitate ng talon doon itong blockers. Kaya naman nakalusot itong Air Force.
And usually, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you have the opposing middle blocker serving, you target his zone.
That's right.
But for Abdul to have capitalized in the previous sequence, and then he got an ace. So now we have a technical timeout.
anong hirap mo sa training. Pero once na nanalo ka o nag-champion ka sa league, mapupunan yung pagod at hirap mo nung kasagsagan ng nag-training. Pero yun, ang natulong niya sa akin kasi iba yung feeling kapag naabot mo yung pinaka-reach ng, lalo na sa league ng volleyball na naging part ka ng national team. Kumbaga yun yung naging tatak. Sabi ko sa sarili ko na kahit anong pagod nito, hanggat di ko na naabot yung rulok ng gusto kong goal, hindi ako hinto.
There you go. The journey continues for Bonch Castel, one of the veterans that we have in Philippine volleyball, as Philippine Air Force gets another point. By the way, that video was shot in our recent Spikers Turf Media Day. It was such a glorious day wherein we were able to meet the players and coaches. They got their photo shoot for their profile pictures, their Instagram pictures, para kahit pa paano makasabay sila kay Yos-Yoson.
And also you, nakita ko yung shoot mo. Napa-comment nga ako
I had to bring you up. Rosete, that hit the antenna. It's a point for Philippine Air Force, and this is quite a run for them.
That's right. So far, a big league for Philippine Air Force with those errors. Itong RMS.
That's a 4-0 run. It did go straight to the antenna. And now we go straight into a timeout.
Over ako. Sigaw nyo, sa mga sigaw nyo para maging mas malo. Okay? Erehan mo, erehan mo. Trabaho. Go.
Awesome live sports viewing is guaranteed with Signal. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Switch now and get up to 3 months with no cash out. Visit www.signal.tv/switch for more details. 18-14, Yossi been mentioning errors for RMS.
That's right. No coverage on the side of RMS. Yun yung hinahanap. Itong si Coach RJ Francisco na medyo nawawala on this set.
Attack from the middle. Finally, they break the spell. It's Guadalupe with the point.
And again, better reception. Hanapin agad nitong si Douglas ang kanyang mga middle attackers. So far, hindi talaga nababantayan itong Philippine Air Force.
There's Colonel Lipulan with 5 points to his name, 4 attacks and a block. 15 serving 18 in set number 2. Received by Brian Haleco. And here's Paul Salvador breaking down the wall.
Paul Salvador through the blockers of RMS. And good adjustment there. Kahit medyo malayo yung set na doon, talagang palo kung palo itong si Paul.
Rosete denied, but oh no, yes, it went in for Brian Haleco. So it's a block point.
And once again, no coverage there on the side of RMS. They wanna stay alive on this set. Talagang kailangan lang gawan paraan. Yung kanilang coverage and also their reception.
Bit of a chase again, not the best of receives. Parcon, good read on the other end. Back row hit for Paul. The rally continues. It's tight, battle at the net. Villegas couldn't get it through. There's a clear out and a chance for Richmarc. Guadalupe, nice dig by Paul. Back set, D-ball, off speed. Still not done. It's low, very unfortunate for Curl Rosete.
And again, kayo na pag ginagawa yun ni Rosete, so far yung mga yung mga may soft touches niya, talagang hindi pumapasok sa net eh.
So mas effective yung power hits.
That's right.
Oh, speaking of power hits, that was a power serve for Paul Salvador, who had a shimmy celebration. He continues to shimmy for a bit here.
Speaking of power, talagang power on that service for Paul Salvador, targeting Rosete.
Oh, great sound there on the volleyball. And that's also a great sound, a block touch, a point on the attack for Curl Rosete.
But a 6-point lead for Philippine Air Force. Kailangan gawa ng paraan ito ng RMS still lessen their error. And for Philippine Air Force naman, no, they want to finish this already. Talagang lessen their errors.
Imperial back in the game to serve. Villegas opens up. Brian sends it through, hole in the middle.
And good read there by Brian Haleco. Itong RMS mukhang nag-expect ng power, but a drop ball there, finding the donut hole of RMS.
Substitution Balisi checks in to help out on the floor defense for Richmarc. On the other end, Coach Paul Ancheta will be serving for Philippine Air Force. He is an assistant nowadays for the Chocomucho Flying Titans. That's in. Imperial onto the quick. And Guadalupe, by the way, has been very impressive from the middle.
That's right. So far, so good for the middle hitters for Richmarc.
He really has that elevation. He's not the tallest of middle blockers, but he can compete. Now we have Jerome Eugenio. Sorry, that's not Jerome. That was De Guzman. Clarence De Guzman with the serve, and now it's a point for Philippine Air Force. And we have 7 set points for the Airmen. Ronchet Villegas now doing the honors, a full front line. Imperial choosing Castel. Counter for Air Force. Cross court. Battle at the net. Was there a check by Bonge? The referee says yes, it was off of Castel. So that's it for set number 2. We are even. Yos, 1 set apiece. We're back to square one for Richmarc Sports and Philippine Air Force. 25-22, 17-25. So Philippine Air Force, they did start off very well in set 2. There was a point wherein RMS was closing in, but there was a quick recovery by the Airmen. How were they able to do it, Yos?
That's right. It started actually with service aces. Itong si Lumanlan Luis, talagang medyo nakadami siya nung service doon, although hindi man ace, but nagugulo niya yung reception itong RMS at nagtuloy-tuloy yon. And then of course nakita natin yung communication itong Philippine Air Force, lumabas na din talaga, and yung mga narattle sila on that first set, medyo nawala yon on that second set. And for RMS naman, medyo yung intensity nila on that first set, medyo nawala naman on this second set. And ito naman, nakita natin for 12 attack points for Air Force to 9 itong RMS, and 1 block apiece. And ayun nga, no, yung service aces na sinasabi ko kanina, 5 for Philippine Air Force, only 1 for Richmarc, and yun nga, 7 service errors for Richmarc and 6 only for Philippine Air Force.
5 service aces in a set. Ang dami nun.
That's right, medyo malaki talaga yun for a service ace. Earlier, parang wala yatang service ace na nakuha itong Air Force. Mas madami itong Richmarc. But now, kitang-kita natin no, yung mga lakas and timing din ng service aces for Philippine Air Force. Talagang nakuha nila yung momentum on that second set.
So, the question is, can they continue with that momentum of theirs? On the other end, for Richmarc Sports, they will look to bring back how they performed in set number 1. You mentioned the energy coming from this squad. They are fresh. A new look team in the Spikers turf who apparently train twice a week, as mentioned by Ana Perlas. But let's see how those individual workouts can pay off for RMS in this game. On the other end, for Philippine Air Force, as much as they are established as a team, multiple-time champion in the Spikers turf, you might want to argue as well that this might be their first time together playing on this stage kasi puro bata itong mga naglalaro.
That's right. Talagang kita natin nga, no? Earlier, napag-usapan natin combination ng players from NU and FEU and also talagang karamihan din medyo bata for Philippine Air Force compared to their previous lineups na medyo veterans na yung mga naglalaro.
And again, as per Ayana Perlas, as Bons Castel delivers the first point in set number 3. There's no Ranran Abdilia and Edwin Tolentino in this tournament for Philippine Air Force. So other players will have to step up. So we saw a slight attack, which we kind of questioned a bit in terms of connection for RMS in the previous set. Seems like that connection was a lot better.
That's right. That's right. It's also a good way for them na parang kumbaga testing the waters for that running attack. And so far, it worked.
Is it the hardest connection to build?
Yes, actually medyo mahirap talaga siya kasi talagang back set, faster, and there are different ways din ng running attacks. Merong short, merong long, merong iba din medyo mas mataas yung timing. But for RMS, talagang medyo mabilis din yung timing ng running attacks ngayon. But Haleko with that cross-court hit.
So Haleko now is in double figures with 10 points. He's the second to reach double figures behind Abdul for the Airmen. Open hit. Rosete prevails. He's up to 9 points.
Rosete there, targeting the hands of Air Force. Actually, the block was there, but yun nga, no, yung power din talaga nitong si Rosete.
Oh, nice block by Guadalupe. So he's tied once again with Rosete as the leading scorer or scorers for Richmarc.
A good read there by Guadalupe and good timing and off-speed hit of Philippine Air Force.
It's 4-1. Salvador down the line outside. It was wide.
Too much angle there by Salvador. Trying to talagang gusto niya makaiwas sa blockers itong RSM. But unfortunately, it went wide.
5 points for Bonch Castel. Misreceived. Air Force sends it to the other side. Bonch with the dig. Dakles opens up. Straight to the back. Villegas onto his lefty again. Abdul couldn't score. RG. Oh, off speed. Wow. What a hit by Colonel Rosete.
And finally, that off-speed hit by Rosete, gumana na. Kaya niya pa ginagawa yun, kaya lang nga, medyo nag-error. But this time, pumasok at napunta sa gitna itong Air Force.
6-1. Nice set by Villegas, causing a scramble on the other side. Good chance for Ronchet again. They send it to Paul, straight to zone number 1.
And finally, Salvador, that down the line hit, targeting that end line of RSM. Also one of the advantages talaga ng beach volley player, talagang makita niya yung court awareness talaga.
And you will get to develop literally all skills, right? In volleyball. Attack from the middle. Domingo able to get it through to the delight of his personal crowd here inside the Rizal Memorial Coliseum. Not as many people, but he would gladly take that support. Basta maingay sila, yun ang importante. And we have a timeout before the first technical timeout.
Tatawag na mag-rally. Gulang-gulang ng go. Ha? Huwag kayong hihinto. Kasi nagagambol, biglang mililingon sa ano. Hindi na wala sa focus lahat. Di ba? Basta pag walang pito, walang hinto. Okay? Hindi yan?
Ito pa tayo. Naman tayo.
Good lang.
Let's go!
RMS 3B.
RPTV na ang official at exclusive na channel ng Pambansang Liga ng Bayan on free-to-air. Sabay-sabay nating subaybayan ang PBA Philippine Cup Season 48. All games live dito sa RPTV para sa Pinoy. It is 6-3 in set number 3. RMS on top, but you did hear a lot of sense of urgency from that huddle. And good for them to respond.
That's right. Coach RJ Francisco reminding them na hanggat walang tawag at walang pito, tuloy ang rally.
7-3. Service for De Guzman. Opposite hit. It sailed wide. No check for Ajay. And now we have the first technical timeout. That's 2 straight points for RMS.
You're still watching the 2024 Spikers Turf Open Conference. This is the match between the RMS 3B Elite Spikers versus the Philippine Air Force Airmen. Now, Mix and Yos, earlier you guys were talking about perfecting connections. You guys were talking about it for RMS, but actually the Philippine Air Force Airmen are going through the exact same situation as only 10 out of 20 attend training. The other 10 airmen have already submitted their requests, which are currently under approval from the Philippine Air Force. Back to you guys.
Kalahati. That's quite tough, Yos. You can't even form 2 teams for scrimmage.
That's right. Ang hirap nun for on their side. But so far, no, talagang nagagawan pa rin ng paraan itong Philippine Air Force on that second set. The adjustment and yung gelling ng bawat players ay gumagana.
It makes me wonder kung napapalaro ba ang kanilang coaches during the training sessions.
Why not?
Diba?
Kasi Coach Jesse Lopez, still, kaya pa maglaro.
Pero middle blocker, ganon. Iba yung posisyon.
Yun lang.
5-8. Philippine Air Force down by 3. Sharp serve. Tough receive. Back set onto Rosete. Met at the net. Oh, no more second ball. Ang hirap nun para kay Archie Dacles.
That's right. Galing siya sa depensa. And second ball, ito namang si Rosete. Medyo naghihintay agad ng kanyang third touch. But unfortunately, hindi nakabangon agad doon si Dacles.
He tried so hard and got so far. But in the end, it didn't even matter. So we shall continue. 6-8. Oh! Ball saved by Richmarc, but they can't get it through. So it's another point for Philippine Air Force.
And once again, the reception of Richmarc Ayun yung nagiging problema nila so far on this game. Kaya naman nakahabol na dito ang Philippine Air Force with their strong service.
Let's see if they can recover. Down the line target. That works. It's Milo Parcon.
Good adjustment there by Parcon. Although medyo malayo yung reception and yung kakaset doon. Nagawa niya ito ng paraan.
Service now for Rosete. It's long. Walang lumalayo. And even if a team would lead for as many as 4 or 5, there would be comebacks. It's been quite an entertaining match.
That's right. Carl Rosete with 10 points already on this match.
Sharp serve. Rosete from the back. Ball put up by Philippine Air Force. There's the help. They send it left. Still no point. Villegas. Great read by Brian Haleco.
The set was too tight, but Haleco once again talagang pinadahan pa rin dito kay Dakles with a smaller blocker.
And just like that, Yos, it's a virtual back to 0. 9 points each, 1 set apiece in this game. Dakles chooses the open. And that's a nice rejection. Herald Domingo with the block point. I'm still waiting for the shot of his personal crowd. Maybe we'll get that later on.
What a block there by Domingo. Basang-basa niya doon. Yung cross-court hit. Dating si Parcon. And finally, no, yung trend kanina na pag may humahabol, hindi nakakalamang. But now,
There you
Air
go.
Force, nakalamang na.
That's another tough second ball for Dakles. Chance on the other end. D-ball, rejection. Guadalupe working together with Parcon.
And Guadalupe naman with a block on that Philippine Air Force hit.
10 all. When you would look at this guy, Guadalupe, you'd say that the last impression would be that he's a middle blocker. Namin pwedeng iba sa itsura niya. And then again, he has been very impressive with his position. Air Force just got a point. And here's Herald Domingo. Service in. Dakles quite tight. Good read by Ajay Abdul. Haleco sends it through late. Save. No more pancake for Almario and De Guzman. And there you see the personal crowd of Herald Domingo. They're wearing ID laces, but you can't seem to read what those laces are saying. So we're just assuming that these are his friends, maybe classmates from FEU. Di naman nalalayo. Domingo sends that ball in. Set up onto Parcon. Straight to the back. And here's Haleco. Again, there's a hole in the middle.
And again, that side of RMS, yung butas nila sa gitna, talagang halos lahat sila nakaabang sa malalakas na palo nitong Air Force, and nawawalan na ng kung sino kukuha sa gitna.
You think it could be one of the effects of only having twice a week training? Kasi syempre, sistema na yan eh.
That's right, possible. It's the system talaga na talagang makakatulong sana sa kanila kung sinong kukuha ng drop ball na yon sa gitna.
And there is such a thing as the connection between your net defense and floor defense. Oh, down the line hit. Brian Haleco. 14 points now for him.
Wow, and once again, talaga no, yung pag nandun na itong si Dakles sa harap, doon talaga pinupukpok nitong Air Force ang kanilang mga atake.
Air Force now with a 3-point advantage. They absolutely control momentum. Good save by Ajay Abdul. Dakles back to the open, and now that's low for Clarence de Guzman.
Mukhang medyo nagdalawang isip doon si De Guzman kung papaluin niya. Kaya naman nag-resulta ito sa error. And now Philippine Air Force is up by 4 points.
Villegas with the serve. Running hit, yep. That's a bit too far for Bonj. That has been a challenge. The connection on the slide between RG Dakles and Bonj Castel. Now they're talking to each other. Second technical timeout.
Greatest of all time. Ang pipiliin ko, international. Para sa akin, si Erwin Ngapet ng France. Sobrang taas ng IQ niya sa paglalaro ng volleyball. Tsaka yung mga creativity, mga spike niya, ganun. Yun lang ang pinakagusto ko sa kanya, yung volleyball IQ niya sa loob ng court.
Well, IQ would be a big thing for Paul Salvador, especially with the fact that he's not one of our tallest spikers. There's a rotation error for Richmarc, but if you can go back to that VTR, kilala mo ba yung idol niya?
Yes, actually medyo popular din yung player na yun, known for his talagang volleyball IQ talaga. Minsan hindi mo kailangan lagi malalakas yung palo eh. Doon mo makikita yun na not all the time power ang magagawa mo, but with his volleyball IQ talaga doon siya nakilala with this drop ball of the medyo minsan playful pa siya sa mga actions niya, but still nakaputos. That's right.
Well, they actually have an impression towards French volleyball in its identity. Meron bang branding para sa iyo ang French volleyball?
Actually, yung medyo nakilala nga yun, no? Yung idol nitong si Paul, ay ang medyo doon nakilala yung pagiging so far kasi pag sa mga pro leagues na gano'n, hindi ka makakita ng mga medyo playful actions eh.
Okay.
But
so dahil animated siya, naging kilala siya.
That's right. But still, isa sa mga malalakas na players ng France.
Well, if you can provide both quality and entertainment, then why not? 12 serving 17. Richmarc down by 5 in set number 3. Nice receive by Maclang. And there's his new teammate, Brian Haleco.
And again, that donut hole of RMS. Wala pa rin nakakakuha. Kaya naman nakakadami ng puntos doon itong Air Force.
Strong serve, tough receive. Dakles opens up. Great approach right there by Rosete.
Good adjustment there by Rosete. Medyo bitin na yung pagkakaset doon coming from that strong serve ng Air Force. Kita-kita mo palabas na talaga yung palo eh.
The lead is 5. Castel with the serve. Air Force opening up. Nice dig. That's by Emilio Parcon. Chance ball though for the Airmen. Ronchet going to the quick. And the Manlan will make Richmarc pay.
A good transition there by Philippine Air Force. Kailangan pahirapan. Kailangan mga spikers. And the Manlan Luis with that middle hit.
So now we have Kim Melanez checking in for the first time. He replaces Guadalupe, James Guadalupe. 19-13. Open hit again. Ronchet keeping it alive. Here's Paul Salvador, met at the net. Whistle blown. Double touch. Wala ka ng takas dun eh.
That's right. Medyo napadami yung ikot ng bola. And that's it.
14-19. Received by Marco Maclang. Back set, back row. It's long though. So it's a point for RMS.
Philippine Air Force giving RMS some chance to recover on this set.
15-19, and then it's a service error. Very costly.
That's right. Very costly error for RMS kasi nga naghahabol sila. And also, chance na sana for them para makahabol on this set.
So it's 20-15. Ajay Abdul. Ball scraped the net. Rosete against two blockers. We shall continue. What a save by Banak. Same play, different result.
Rosete with an off the block hit.
Rosete still couldn't believe it. He thought that the play was over.
Yun nga, no? Yun yung naging problema nila kanina kasi humihinto sila. Pagka akala nila makakapuntos na sila, but good thing hindi sila huminto on that set.
Great timing. Nice set onto Paul Salvador.
And still, yung mga palo na yun nitong Air Force pag naiiwan mag-isa, and doon talaga ng pinapadaan kay Dacles. Pag nasa harap itong si Dacles,
RG was nowhere near blocking that ball from Paul Salvador. Now he sets up Parcon. Bit of a scramble on the other end, and it's a point for RMS.
medyo nauna yung step nitong libero nitong Philippine Air Force. Akala niya yung drop ay papunta sa gitna. Kaya nga lang, lumagpas sa kanya.
17 serving 21. Melanias setting that ball straight to Marco. It's Haleco soaring and flying for that point.
What a spike there by Haleco. Still, no? Talagang bugbog na bugbog itong zone 1, itong RSM. Pag nasa harap itong si Dacles.
Set up to the middle again. There's no connection.
The reception was too close. The net, kaya naman nihintay sana nitong si Dacles mahawakan ng blocker yung set na yun, kaya nga lang hindi.
And there's a net touch as well by Dacles. Again, not the best of connections. Back set on the other end, the ball, it's low. So it's a 5-point disadvantage for Milo Parcon and the rest of RMS. 18 serving 23. Safely in. A good chance. Attack from the middle. No point. And here's the counter. Off speed. There you go. Another opening for Haleco.
And still that zone 1 of RMS, hindi lang magawa nila para kasi kahit minsan, kahit yung nalilate yung blocker, there should be a system. Talagang kailangan lang patibayin yung depensa nila dito sa likod.
And again, they targeted where RG Dacles was in terms of his blocking. De Guzman sent back. Nice dive by Parcon. Good chance for Air Force. Great set. That's too easy for Brian Haleco. And that's it for set number 3. Philippine Air Force now showing signs of dominance in this game.
That's right, talagang yung open. Nakakarami ng puntos doon. Naiiwan at naiiwan ang blockers itong RSM.
Okay, so that's it. 2-1 for Philippine Air Force. We'll be back for set number 4. Let's be technical here, Yos. You were talking about it off air. You see how this game has completely changed in favor of Philippine Air Force. So tactically speaking, why is this a struggle for Richmarc Sports?
So far, no, gumana din kasi yung reception nitong Philippine Air Force. And once nakakuha sila magandang reception ng execution, talaga pinapadaan dun sa maliit na blockers nitong RMS. Kaya naman talagang nakakarami silang puntos doon. Ito naman for RMS, talagang naiiwan at naiiwan. Mag-isa, itong si Dakles, mga blocks na yun, dapat yun yung magawa nila ng paraan. Para mas makakuha ng mas maraming puntos. And of course, kita natin sa attacks pa lang, no? 14 for Philippine Air Force compared to only 9 itong Richmarc, and 2 blocks apiece, and 1 service ace lang for Air Force. But yun nga, opponent's error, medyo hindi sila nagkakalayo, but so far yun nga yung kaya maraming nakuhang atake itong Air Force on this set. Talagang yung blockings nitong Richmarc hindi gumagana para sa kanila.
Now, we didn't see a response from Richmarc Sports at the latter part of set number 3. So that would beg us to ask the question, how can they actually turn things around in set number 4? Because momentum is absolutely controlled by Philippine Air Force. And now we're seeing the bits and pieces for the Airmen. They seem to be a very talented squad after all.
That's right, talagang lumalabas din yung, yung connection kasi talaga yung magiging factor for this both squads na kanina nga, napag-usapan din natin na itong Richmarc twice a week lang nagkikita-kita, and for Air Force naman, 10 lang yung nakakapag-training. So, communication talaga magiging factor. Talagang kung ano yung pinractice mo, yun talaga yung lalabas dito sa game.
And by the way, this is only the first test for these two teams in our open conference. Of course, you'll have to face the more established teams, the expected contenders. Signal HT will be in action later on versus PGJC Navy, who, by the way, have a new coach in George Pasqua at the sideline. And Chris Cross is a new team that is expected to achieve a lot. After all, they are very deep in terms of their roster. And that's the thing, even though we named those two teams, it still is very interesting as to who else can surprise us in our open conference. Iloilo might just be. VNS is always an interesting story. So, we have a long way to go. Thank you for joining us in the opening for the 2024 Spikers Turf Open Conference. Villegas will open up. Save there for Richmarc, who, by the way, have a new setter on the floor in Ralph Imperial. Ball dug up. Nice block. Ooh, double contact.
Too much energy for RMS. With Ipulan, medyo narattle siya doon on that sequence.
He was literally all over the floor. Can they go for retribution? Good save by Villegas. Imperial back sets. That hit the antenna.
That's right. Sayang yung puntos na yun. Open block na sana, but the set was too close to the antenna.
Here's Brian Haleco, 18 points to his name. Imperial going to bunch. Now that seems to be a smoother connection for Richmarc.
That's right. Good connection on the middle hitters of RSM.
Well, Imperial, after all, is used to activating a lot of middle blockers as Paul Salvador scores. Because if we can go back to the recent UAAP season for Imperial, that was UAAP season 85, most of his stars were middle blockers. Sina Gil Torres, even Lloyd Safat is a natural middle blocker transitioning into the opposite side. So let's see if he can continue that connection with Bonch Castel. Oh, that's a good block. Herald Domingo with a rejection.
Finally, a good read on that middle hit. Talagang naabangan to dito ni Domingo, si Castel.
Domingo, on the other hand, is used to trying to block Teng Bugawan in their practices for FEU. Two serving four. Bonch. Ball scraped the net. Regalo. Oh, it's long. Very unfortunate for James Guadalupe.
What an error there by Guadalupe. Sayang talaga eh. Regalo na eh. And also a chance for them para makadikit dito sa Air Force.
Here's Ajay Abdul. 12 points now for him. Power serve. Imperial back set. Cross court. And that is a point for, was it Ipulan? Yes, it's Colonel.
And it started with a good reception by the libero Eugenio.
One of the Eugenio's.
One of the Eugenio's. Remember, we have 3 Eugenio's on their lineup.
Panganay ang nasa loob ngayon. It's Jerome. That's Jerome setting the ball onto the right, and the miscue for Air Force.
Medyo na-late doon si Abdul. Medyo mataas na sana yung bola. Kaya nga lang kinulang siya ng step.
Service now for Colonel Ipulan. 4 serving 5. Richmarc trying to send us to a 5th set. The best way to start the season. Chase, nope. That was too far for Ronchet. And we have a deadlock.
As expected. And nice serve there by Ipulan. Targeting the open hitter of Philippine Air Force.
That's Paul Salvador. Same target, different result. Back set, Abdul, it's long. And now, Richmarc gets the advantage.
Abdul with an error. So far, no, yun yung mga medyo nahihirapan pa. Ito si Abdul on that backline hits.
6-5, Ipulan continuing to serve. And that seems to be a pattern for them.
That's right, Ipulan, no, trying to give a strong serve for RSM. Kaya lang nga, medyo dumiretso sa net. Sometimes kasi ganun yun eh. Lalo pag jump serve, talagang papakaramdaman mo muna. So yung mga first serve mo, medyo not too strong para ma-feel mo lang yung spin ng bola. And eventually, pag medyo nakakarami ka na ng service, that's the time.
Higher risk.
That's right, you have to risk.
Point here for RMS. Able to score against 2 blockers in the right pin. 7-6. We're exchanging points now. It's Curl Rosete getting ready to serve. Straight to Maklang. Brian sends it to the back. Curl with the dig. Oh, coverage is there, but not enough.
And a good block there by Domingo. Hindi talagang ito naman si Parcon just trying to tap the ball. Hindi mo masyadong pwedeng gawin on that Air Force kasi kailangan paluin yung bola.
Back row.
Just like that.
The ball went straight to Yosion, which means it's out. That's off of the block. RMS with the lead, approaching the first technical timeout.
You're still watching the 2024 Spikers Turf Open Conference. This is the match between RMS versus Philippine Air Force. Now, Mix and Yos, earlier you guys mentioned that they are showing signs of domination in the last two sets. And according to head coach Jess Lopez, this is the Philippine Air Force's rebuilding conference. They were able to get back into this ball game in the last two sets. But this is actually their first time ever having a clear system as a team and having a conditioned team as well. This is also their first time having that championship mindset. But of course, Coach Jesse always reminds the young guys how tough the competition is here, as this isn't college anymore. They still need to keep their feet on the ground and remember that they are going against the pros. Back to you guys.
Ganun talaga kapag hindi na naglalaro si Jesse Lopez. Rebuilding na agad para sa team mo. But that's a good point by Ayana. Yes, they have a young team, but they're kind of in the middle of their journey. Tapos na sa college, but now starting with their club. So, a lot to learn for them.
That's right.
Here's Brian Haleco. Yep, Yos was waiting for a buzzer. Net touch. There's a challenge here for Richmarc.
But anyways, medyo mukhang nag-error na din doon ng Philippine Air Force. Medyo na-late yata yung call ng challenge with a net touch.
But you yourself were challenging as well here at the sideline. Yos had a halt sign on me. Okay, let's let the referees decide on this.
Mid-play Okay. Dapat on the spot. Naka 2 hits na. Opo, yes, nasa hits.
Ooh. Look how that turned out. So apparently the challenge was late. Well, we all know that. Na kailangan kung challenge ka in the middle of the play, it has to be immediate.
But that's medyo mahirap knowing men's volleyball. Medyo mabilis ang palitan ng bola.
Well, that only means you have to be faster as well with your challenges. Just unfortunate because you did mention it could have been Richmarc's point already. So referees are explaining this to Coach RJ Francisco and the rest of Richmarc Sports, just so we can continue smoothly here with no more arguments. He also had a conversation with a referee. Yep, seems like everything's aligned already. Coverage there for RMS. Back row hit. Ball up by Jesus. And, yep, Nothing much that Air Force can do anymore.
But a good side out there by RMS. Nila basa-basa hayaang makalayo dito ang Air Force.
9-all in set number 4. Service in for Parcon. Back set. Brian again. Nice save by RMS. Villegas back to the open. Wow. Great recovery for Philippine Air Force.
And still, saan dumaan? Doon sa mas maliit na blocker nitong
RMS.
RMS. That's right. RMS.
Well, that has been a challenge not only for RG Dacles but for Ralph Imperial as well. Kahit kuya niya dumaan sa ganyang klaseng problema. Let's see if they can recover. Oh, that's a net touch. But it seemed like RMS touched the net first.
That's right. Castel touched the net first. Bago ang Philippine Air Force. And for RMS naman, no, talagang kung ayaw nilang makadami ng puntos itong Air Force doon sa side ng open itong Air Force, dapat ma-side out na nila itong ikot na to para papunta na sa likod itong setter nitong RMS.
So now there's a change in setters. RG Dacles returns for Ralph Imperial. But you did mention this was the rotation that caused a lot of problems for Richmarc Sports in the previous set. Open. There you go. The side out that they needed.
A good read there by Ipulan, targeting that zone 1 of Philippine Air Force.
Only one blocker. The duel continues between Ipulan and Abdul. So now it's a full front line for RMS with Dacles serving. Received by Haleco. It's Salvador sending the ball to the other side. A good chance for the purple shirts. And that is a point for the gray shirts.
The coverage was late for RMS, and a good block there by Philippine Air Force.
It's now 13 serving 10. Luis Lumanlan doing the honors. Oh, it's an ace. Now this is an emergency button for Coach RJ Francisco. Air Force again trying to pull away.
Pasukan mo muna ni James. Ha? Tapos balik ka pag-atake. Guys, basahan. Wala eh. Meron pa naman, guys, pag service naman, ang bagal ng service. Meron tayong time para tapatan yung bola eh.
Game 1 at a time.
Nag-isa kami pa natin eh. Kung tayong problema sa atake, guys. Simulan sa receive, tsaka sa depensa. Go. RMS!
Good news mga kapatid. Mapanood na rin tayo sa pinakabagong free-to-air channel na talaga namang para sa Pinoy, ang RPTV, as you get to see that service ace. Tutok na sa Analog TV Channel 9, DTT Channel 19 at 18.3, so higit 300 cable at satellite providers nationwide at sa Signal Play. It's a 4-point advantage for Philippine Air Force against Richmarc Sports 3B Elite Spikers. Gotta get used to that name. After all, we are so happy to have 9 teams in our open conference. This is only day number 1. Almost another ace. It's a chance ball. Villegas will choose Domingo, who's denied. On the other end, Dacles opens up. There's a net touch. It's by a gray shirt.
Finally, a good side out by RMS. Yun yung doon nakalayo kanina ang Air Force sa mga services nitong si Lumanlan Luis. And a good thing, nagawan na ito ng paraan on that sequence with the error of Philippine Air Force.
3-point lead. Villegas saving that ball for a set. Counter on the other end. Middle hit. Nice block. No coverage for Richmarc.
And a good read by Herald Domingo on that quick hit. Finally, no, talagang nahaharangan na nila yung mga quick hits nitong RMS na kanina yung doon nakakarami ng puntos itong RMS.
That's 6 blocks now in this game for Harold Domingo. 7 points. Ooh, that's a point off of the block. Had to pause for a while just to make sure that people aren't hurt here at the sideline.
Nice off the block hit by Rosete.
12 serving 15. Ipulan sends it in. Villegas choosing the open. Salvador. Ball up by Richmarc. Back set. Rosete again. Denied. Good coverage. Now onto the left. Tip. Great read right there by Balisi.
Good read there by Balisi. So far, no, yung mga malalakas na palo nitong RMS na nahahawakan nitong Air Force, and what a time for that drop ball.
That's James Balisi, who was inserted as a service specialist earlier in this match. 13 serving 15. Bernal Ipulan. Nice receive. Open hit. And that's off of the block, Paul Salvador. By the way, he's quite animated with his celebrations.
That's right, they're trying to hype his teammates.
Gotta love that smile. 16-13. RPTV na ang official at exclusive na channel ng Pambansang Liga ng Bayan on free-to-air. Sabay-sabay nating subaybayan ang PBA Philippine Cup in its season 48. All games live dito sa RPTV para sa Pinoy. Sir Ricky Palou joins us at the sideline in the opening day of the Spikers Turf Open Conference. Again, later on, we have the Signal HD Spikers taking on the PGJC Navy Sea Lions. We are inside the Rizal Memorial Coliseum. We may be going to the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center, the Phil Sports Arena, the Paco Arena anytime soon as well. Watch out and stay tuned for the further announcements, as now it's a service error from Paul Salvador.
RMS now down by 2 points. And yun nga, no, nasa harap na ngayon itong si Dakles. Kaya yun yung kailangan lang gawa ng paraan with their defense at the back. But unfortunately, Rosete with that service error.
14-17. Harold Domingo hearing it from his friends before he serves. Ball up by Richmarc. Onto the left. Nice dig by Paul. Villegas will send it through. Straight to zone number 5. That's wonderful.
Villegas seeing that hole of RMS.
He's had quite the game as well.
That's right. Good read there by Villegas. Very quiet but very effective talagang setter. Ito si Villegas.
De Guzman returns to replace Ipulan for RMS. Harold Domingo, the crowd favorite apparently for today. Ball through. Villegas recalculates. Whistle blown, net touch by Ronchet. (14-18). We have James Guadalupe. Villegas onto the quick. Yes, great activation right there. It's a point for Luis Dumanlan.
That's right. Good activation for the middle hitters for Philippine Air Force kasi earlier, no, medyo hindi nakakahawak ng mga palo itong middle hitters. Although, ang dami lang nakuha ang blocks. But now, gumagana na din even the middle hitters of Philippine Air Force.
D-ball, napagana on the other end by Richmarc Sports. A badly needed point to trim the lead down to 3. So that's 18 points now in this game for Curl Rosete.
That's right. Curl Rosete on his 18th point. And why not? Talagang kailangan nila yung mga puntos na yun on this set.
Attack from the left, that's low. It didn't go through at all for Ajay Abdul. RMS closing in.
Abdul trying to target that zone 1.
And we have a timeout.
Magiging pangalan ko na sa'yo ngayon si Juliet kasi paulit-ulit na lang ako sa nagsasabi sa'yo. Taasan mo yung porsyento na ginagawa mo. Blocker mo, setter, maliit. Anong kailangan mong gawin? Di ba? Nok, eto, dito maliit ang block. Setter nandito, gitna. Pwede ka magpa-receive dito, nandito si Halego. Di ba? Okay, pwede mong baliktarin yung set play. Tigil momentum lang tayo. Pasa tayo isa maganda. Nok, ikaw bala set play. Sabi kung saan na-receive.
Maliit din yun, ha? Maliit din.
Dalawang wing, maliit.
Kunin ko yung opener.
Kundi sa opener.
Awesome live sports viewing is guaranteed with Signal yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Switch now and get up to 3 months with no cash out. Visit www.signal.tv/switch for more details. It's 17 serving 19. Air Force got that ball up. Oh, what a hit! But it sailed wide for Ajay Abdul. Momentum with RMS, Yos.
That's right. It all started with poor reception of Philippine Air Force. Kaya nahihirapan makapalo ng malinis itong Philippine Air Force.
That's a better receive. Not the best of connections though. A chance to counter. Castel couldn't score. Push. Chance ball again. Bit of a scramble. De Guzman gets the check. 19 all in set number 4.
And what a hustle by RMS. Ito yung wala kanina yung side na to, yung ikot na to nitong RMS. Medyo nahihirapan sila dahil nga nandun itong si Dakles on that block, but good thing gumagana ang services itong RMS kaya naman nahihirapan makapuntos itong Air Force.
Oh, there it is. Finally an activation by Ronchet Villegas. And it's Luis Lumanlan.
Finally, kahit medyo dikit na doon yung set, talagang nagawa pa rito na paraan itong si Ronchet Villegas, trusting Luis Lumanlan on that quick hit.
Back row. Again, those off speeds, those varied attacks have been a bit of a challenge today for Curl Rosete.
That's right. So far effective kasi sa kanya yung mga strong hits. Kaya naman napa-timeout na dito itong RMS.
Simple lang, ha. Pagkagaling natin yung blocker. Okay? Pag nakadepensa sa kalaban, asahan yung down to run atake ng kalaban. Ha, tibayan, ha? Go! RMS!
One-on-one, heart-to-heart conversations with Mark Pinglis and Gilas legends tackling their life stories on and off the court. Puso to Puso exclusive on Pilipinas Live app. Download and register now for free. So now, it's RMS down by 2 against Philippine Air Force in set number 4. And we go back to that much-needed side out that you've been asking for practically for the last 2 sets, Yos, on the side of RMS. 20 points for Brian Haleco. Tough receive. Chance ball on the other end. Back set to Abdul. And it goes outside off of a check.
And still, good distribution of Ronchet Villegas. Everyone is expecting na ibibigay na doon sa open side itong Philippine Air Force dahil nga nandun itong si Douglas, but good thing talagang nagawa nito ng paraan nitong si Abdul, and what an ace.
And it warranted a high five from Coach Jeff Malabanan. Brian Haleco getting another point as Ipulan returns for the Guzman. Now the lead is 4. Philippine Air Force is 2 points away from its first victory in the Spikers Turf Open Conference. Brian sends it in, misreceived, forced. And a chance ball. Villegas choosing the open. Great approach. Good defense by Richmarc. They counter from the left pin. Cross court. It's in.
What a spike there by Pulan.
And that's the recent substitution.
That's right, with that cross court hit.
Now it's a full front line for RG Douglas. 13 excellent sets to his name. Ball up by Brian. Ronchet back sets. Abdul couldn't score. Dive on the other end. Rosete, yes!
Finally, Rosete hitting that harder. Kaya hindi gumagana yung mga off-speed niya. And pag pumapalo siya, talagang nakakapunta siya. And then for this full front line of RMS, yun yung kailangan lang i-maximize. But as for Philippine Air Force, talagang kailangan lang i-side out dito.
Villegas opens up. Salvador puts it away. It's match point for Philippine Air Force.
What a celebration there. Kay Paul Salvador, naiwan mag-isa. Doon si Rosete.
So now, Luis Lumanlan is serving for the match. Ball up. Chase. Ooh, no recovery there for Brian Haleco. How about Ipulan being a spark plug?
That's right. It's a good read for Ipulan, targeting that end line of Philippine Air Force.
Now Bonch Castel will be serving. Let's see if Air Force will target him at the back as well. Over receive, Regalo, and that's another match point saved. Richmarc Sports closing in. And they have a timeout for the Airmen.
Thank you, pre. Ano nangyari? Hindi ka bumlock. Ano nangyari sa depensa? Hindi siya pumunta doon kasi nawalan ng guide. Diba? Sabi ko nga, taasan nyo yung porsyento na ginagawa nyo. At the same time, disiplina doon sa ginagawa sa block. Kung out of system, pero block pa rin tayo para may guide yung depensa natin sa likod. Easy ball ang serve. Easy ball. Taasan ng maayos. Rosette, pa-receive ka kung saan mo gustong papaluin yung spiker mo. Mag-create ka ng space and then bahala ka kung paano yung making call.
Who wouldn't feel empowered if you're coached by the one and the only Coach Jesse, as you see that early gift or earlier gift for Richmarc Sports. And there you see one of the greatest that we have ever witnessed in Philippine men's volleyball. Now very intense with a match point for Air Force. Villegas, not the best of receives, but Salvador was still able to score, and he flexes as the Airmen get their first victory in our Spikers Turf Open Conference.
What an adjustment there by Salvador. Kahit medyo napalayo na itong reception, nagawa niya ito ng paraan. And Casel was actually there, but medyo na-late ng one step at napaupo. Giving Philippine Air Force a point and to finish the game.
Well, Coach Jesse did say to Paul Salvador, decision making. There you go. It's 3-1 for Philippine Air Force. We'll be back to wrap this game up.
You're still watching the 2024 Spikers Turf Open Conference. That was our first game for today's opening game day here at the Rizal Memorial Coliseum. And syempre, nandito po tayo ngayon for our best player of the game interview. Grabe, yes. Congratulations, Ronchet Villegas. 20 excellent sets. Of course, the Philippine Air Force won in 4 sets going against the RMS. So congratulations, Ronchet. Okay, so Ronchet, alam naman natin, you're a setter. You had 20 excellent sets. And of course, alam naman natin yung head coach ninyo ngayon, one of the best setters in the Philippines. So gusto ko lang malaman, yung mga natutunan mo from Coach Jess, paano mo in-apply sa game na to?
In-apply ko lang yung mga sinasabi niya na pag-advantage kami sa tatlong spiker sa harap. Gamitin ko lang ng gamitin para makapuntos ako ng makapuntos. Ngayon, pag may nakita akong advantage naman namin sa block, doon namin padaanin yung atake namin.
Of course, Ronchet, kanina you guys lost the first set. Gusto ko lang malaman, paano nyo ba, siguro, kinounter yung RMS and how were you able to get back into this ball game?
Sabi nga nung mga coaches namin, dahan-dahanin lang namin kasi nung first set parang nagmamadali kami lahat na pumuntos, lahat gusto makapatay. Kaya medyo nag-adjust kami nung second set, medyo kumalma naman. Yun, nakuha namin yung panalo.
Congratulations, Ronchet. Once again, this is Ronchet Villegas of the Philippine Air Force Airmen. Back to you, Mix and Ross.
Well, we did see great distribution for Philippine Air Force. A number of them were able to reach double figures, and that's because of the excellent setting by Ronchet Villegas. That was a nice question by Anna, relating the intelligence, the skills, and the wit of Ronchet, of course, to the coaching as well of Coach Jesse Lopez. But now I'll let you break down the game, Yos. Especially in set number 4, what happened then?
That's right. No? Although itong Air Force, no, sabi nga kanina ni Coach Jesse, although nasa rebuilding stage pa lang ang kanilang team, talagang kitang-kita mo yung naging efficiency talaga ni Ronchet Villegas on that set. Talagang hindi mo na kailangan pahirapan yung volleyball. Kung nasaan yung maliit na setter, doon mo padaanin. If you have 3 spikers, gagamitin mo lahat. Kaya naman yung ball distribution ay very effective for Ronchet Villegas and also for Philippine Army. And as well, no, si Coach Jesse Lopez, talagang very effective din na coach as a setter for Ronchet Villegas. Reminding him na niya, kailangan i-maximize niya lahat ng 3 spikers niya on that area. Kitang-kita naman natin kanina, no, ang daming puntos na nakuha nitong Air Force on that zone 1 of RMS. And for this set naman, no, kahit nakikuha ng mas maraming puntos itong atake itong RMS with 15 attack points compared to 10. But in nga, no, yung block, doon nakarami ng puntos itong Philippine Air Force with 5 blocks. And also yung mga service aces na nangyayari on that latter part of the set, talagang very effective for Philippine Air Force with, ito naman, no, kahit papano medyo na-lessen din yung errors nila kanina with 7 points apiece.
So just to finalize the leading scorers for Air Force, we had Heleco with 21, Abdullah had 15, Salvador had 13, and the finisher, it's Luis Duanan who had 8 points to his name, and Hera Domingo had 7. That's why Ronchet Villegas was so good as a setter and our best player for our season opener. Up next, we have the Signal HD Spikers taking on the PGJC Navy Sea Lions, now coached by the one and the only George Pascua at the sideline. Thank you for joining us in what was a good game that almost reached 5 sets for our opener. For Ayana Perlas and Julius Yoson, my name is Mix Gomez, and watch out for more of our Spikers Turf Open Conference.